My name is Kat. I am the head of optimization at The Economist. Basically, App Store optimizations, SEO, Google Play Store. So today I'll talk about how we grew our revenue for The Economist app. Just wondering how many people here know about The Economist? Okay, a lot of people. So yeah, we're a news magazine. Been publishing since 1843. This is our print magazine. We're known for really great journalism, so it was really hard for us to take what we do on print and have that all in the app. Drive that engagement the same way as you do on the print. So one of the things that we did is we focused on a couple of different elements that really helped us optimize how visible we are on the App Store and how we drive revenue. So here you can see some of the elements that were very important. One of them being the quality of our app. Before we started putting in a lot of money and work on promoting the app, we wanted to make sure that it's really good quality. We didn't have bugs. It wasn't throwing off people from the great journalism. And they were really able to enjoy the same reading experience they have on print, but also on the app. With that, we also wanted to focus on how frequently we update our app, our version releases, from having someone being on the app and getting the bugs every day and not having it fixed. We actually updated our release cycles to be weekly, so we're listening to our users, we're fixing issues, and we were adding new features frequently. And then keywords, obviously, we wanted to make sure that we're describing our app and being discoverable for the way people are searching for keywords that are trending or keywords that are our core category. We also wanted to focus on reviews and ratings, what were people saying, making sure that we're optimizing for 5-star reviews, and that was really resonating with the quality of the app. And then we also here have backlinks. Something that not many people talk about is what are other people saying, what are other sites saying outside of the App Store, how authoritative is your site, are there any mentions, is the sentiment positive or negative? And then we also talk about localization because we're a global brand outside of the US, and then growing our download volume. So all of these 7 elements were actually factors in both the App Store and the Google Play of how visible you are and how you rank. So it was important for us to really optimize for each of them. So here is how our sentiment was before we started optimizing. So as you can see, a lot of people were saying that the app was slow, there was issues with the audio, it was not loading, it was crashing, and people kept saying, please fix. So we listened to people and we started to optimize towards these issues. And one thing that we did, which was interesting to hear from Revenue Cat, is that we actually moved from a hybrid app to building our app natively. And so now we have a native app built for the App Store, a native app built for Google Play, which allows us more time to fix these issues, be more dynamic, and load faster. So for us, actually, native drew more revenue than the hybrid. And here you can see a couple months later, the sentiment, how it improved. People were saying how the app is excellent, the journalism, everything was fast. Our rating went to 4.9 across the App Store and Google Play, and we have over 90% of our reviews being 5-star. So one thing that really helped us is obviously we use App Figures, or if you use App Tweak, you can see the sentiment report and understand what people are complaining about your app, where you can optimize and really focus on those issues. Another way is using AI. If you don't have access or the budget for these types of tools, you can go on the App Store, download your ratings and reviews report, export it, put it in ChatGPT, and ask it to summarize the sentiment. And so you can kind of see what is the overall sentiment of your app? Are people enjoying it? Are there things that they would love to see more? We actually have a Slack channel that feeds in all of the reviews every day that we get, and we are monitoring them actively to see, are there new things people would like to see? Like somebody would love to have CarPlay function to listen to the articles on while they're driving. So that really helps our product team and marketing to focus on the things that are important for our users. Once we had a great app, we started focusing on how we improve the visibility, how we rank higher, and how we're discoverable for our users. So on the top, you can see is how the app was showing. So we were just The Economist. So a lot of people who in the US were not familiar with the app, didn't really know what The Economist is. Adding into the title our core keywords like news and podcast helped us not only rank higher, but also create that association of who we are and what we are really trying to be known as. Podcast is a really big growing product for us, so we wanted that to be part of our products. The other thing that was something that we optimized is our subtitle. We actually run ongoing tests of which subtitle was resonating better, driving higher click-through rate and conversion, without doing any other tests to really throw off the analysis, just changing the subtitle. We were able to see a winning version. So you can see we went from the global analysis, which doesn't really tell you anything, to now go beyond the breaking news, because we are not the usual breaking news publisher. We do more than that. We analyze and explain what this means. So that really helped us to not only rank for breaking news, even though that's not our core keyword, but also target those people and have more visibility for this high volume term. One other thing that was an issue for us is the category. We were listed under business. And if you search for business apps, you usually see Slack, Microsoft Office. So that really wasn't the right way to tell Apple and Google Play what the app was about. So we really optimized to be listed under magazines and newspapers. And this fall, they will be featuring more tags for each app. So take advantage of that. Make sure that you have as many tags, different categories that you target so that you have more visibility. And yes, our category rank moved to top 10, which is really high, and that really helped us drive more downloads for the app. One thing to mention about the title is try not to change or test too many different titles, because the title is tied into your App Store URL. So anytime you change the title, your App Store URL changes, and Google and Apple see that as a new app. In our case, we only did it once, and that really helped us be discoverable because it worked in our favor. But when we tested it, changing it multiple times, that kind of told the algorithm this is a new app, and we lost all the links that were pointing to that App Store URL. So just something to be aware of and be careful, because sometimes too many changes can actually break than help. The other thing that really helped us was the preview video that we added. This really helped us show users what the app offers, drove more conversions and more downloads than just having static images, because now users can really see what the app feels like, what do they get when they download the app. And so that really improved our click-through rates. And of course, optimizing your screenshots, making this kind of frequent updates. Some people might just do these changes and then say, okay, that was great. This is the max we can go. But actually, there's over 1,000 new apps joining the App Store every day. It's very saturated and very competitive. So if you want to keep that visibility, you have to optimize at least quarterly across your assets. And the other thing that kind of a lot of people don't think about, especially now with ChatGPT, is people use Google to discover brands and apps. People search for best news app, best dating app, best gaming app. They use Google or they will search ChatGPT, which news app should I download if I'm looking for geopolitics or finance. And so making sure that you are one of those brands that is recommended and sourced is very important. So that's why we need to sometimes think outside of the app. Are we being mentioned? Are we visible? And so what we did is we started some PR outreach to make sure that these sites, affiliate sites and blogs are mentioning us so that we show up in these places. One way you can do that is obviously you can search for your category and see if you are appearing. If you're not, all of these drop downs can show you the different sources that Google and ChatGPT use to kind of show the top 10, top 20. And then what you can do is go ahead and reach out to these domain owners and try to negotiate to be included. Sometimes you might have to pay, or sometimes it could be easy to be added. The other thing that we have really focused on is understanding who our audience is and personalizing their experience depending where they are. You can do that through custom product pages. You can do that through localizing your app. So we have localized our app for our core regions. We have, as you can see, Australia, Canada, India, United States, and our screenshots in every region, wherever you go, will be custom for that region. This way they can see that we not only cover global, but we also cover local news in their region. Custom product pages is also very important. If somebody's searching for finance news, maybe you don't want to show Donald Trump in your screenshots. Maybe you want to be specific and show the finance articles you have for business and things like that. I had similar experience as a user with the Duolingo app where I was searching for how can you learn Russian, and Duolingo was showing English, and I was kind of wondering why wouldn't they localize it so that their custom product pages would be in Russian. So I think if you have cases where you have different categories or different languages, regions, being able to personalize this is super easy. You just need to have the creative added. And then the last piece is obviously download volumes. In order to rank high, you need to also drive high volume of downloads. We use, again, app figures to kind of compare ourselves and guess the competition and see what's the benchmark of how many downloads does the top 3 positions drive versus top 10, and how much more work we need to do to get to there. Trying to look at those trends can help you understand how much more work you need to put in to drive more downloads. You can think of this through your ASA campaigns if you're doing paid app marketing to help drive volumes if you're not ranking high in organic. Doing it through other channels like email to engage with people who have not downloaded the app. If you're doing any social campaigns or TikTok, Meta, that could also help drive downloads. And also, if you have a website, having some kind of CTA or banners, smart banners to drive people to download the app can also help increase these downloads and signal to the App Store and Google Play that people are interested in the app and help boost your rankings. So to help boost our rankings, you can also download our app and help us move up in rankings. And if anybody wants, we have some print magazines that cost $250, so I'm happy to pass some down. Any questions? I think we can open up to questions. Thank you.